House of Warlords. Destination reached. Let's take a look to make sure everything's peachy.
Give me a P. Give me a D. D.
You forgot about the B.
BpDAI is based. Got it.
Based BpDAI woman. I'm blaming young stunners for that one.
First, Mel, welcome Sheriff 10X. Mi casa your casa.
Hold still, gents. This is your alibi for why you can't work tomorrow.
What's up, everyone? I hope you're having. Oh man, all right, I gotta stop my whole thing. Hang on, I gotta stop this whole roll. I was gonna have an intro. I was gonna go a whole way, but I can't now because I got a little surprise for you. I thought I was gonna do a solo stream. All right, I got some guys with some in real life action. The team's doing some stuff, so I thought I was going to do a solo stream. At the last second, Johnny's like, guess what? I'm going to be here. So I'm going to pull Johnny up right now. But out of nowhere, guess who showed up on time? What the fuck is up? Look at this.
Welcome to another beautiful day in the Matrix. I showed up on time. I heard Johnny was coming on stream. I think he's cute, but not as cute as Nathan. So it just is what it is. That's how it just goes, baby. He's got them lacrosse sticks and stuff. So if you want to play with some lacrosse balls, I'm down for the cause. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke. Please don't sue me. Oh, shit. Goo God's here.
Let's go.
Yo. So we got to kick this live stream off, make it poppin'. So I got to say,
what are we doing?
I got 3 goals, Goo God. You want to guess those 3 goals? My 3 life goals.
3 life goals. Let's see. Make money, make even more money, and then leave generational wealth to the little young youth.
Yes, sir. Hey, those are good goals. Those are the sub goals, but the main goals. Number 1, to become silently rich. Number 2, become obnoxiously famous. And then number 3, I'm going to fake my death and go hang out with Biggie and Tupac in Cuba. Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go.
Cuba.
Hang on.
Yeah, hey, how are
How are we gonna do?
That's what that energy is. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. All right, gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for being here. I thought I was going to have a solo stream. I was going to cry a little river of tears. I was going to sit here in my corner and just whine about being all by myself. And like goddamn champions that you are, you fucking showed up. Didn't even ask you to. You just knew you just knew it was time to show up.
Bo, tell us the crazy story, dude. Crazy story. Go.
Crazy story. When I was 18, I saw the band's name was Drowning Pool. And the lead singer is no longer with us. And he got up on stage and he said, I'm going to get pulled off YouTube for this, but it's a good story. He goes, when I was a kid, I wanted to rock and roll, fuck chicks, and do drugs. It's good to have goals. And he picks up a fucking Jack Daniels bottle and he just downs it. And the whole crowd just erupts. Now, he died a couple years later of alcoholism and excess. No. But I feel like he got exactly what he wanted. And he lived the life and he got it. So, there you go. Sometimes it is good to have goals. Just be careful what you wish for. You may get it exactly and go all the way into the ground.
Is he your role model? Is that your role model?
I mean, when I was that age, he was.
I was joking. No, I was joking.
But I'm alive now, so I upgraded my role models. Now it's Elon.
I'm glad you don't drink spirits anymore. We do not want you possessed by a demon.
No.
So,
thank you, sir. Thank you. What are you up to? How are you doing? How is this fine Friday treating you? We're going into the weekend. I saw your stream with Bill the Bull on bass. That's a very awesome stream. You threw out some awesome alpha in there. Do you want to repeat it, or do you want to make people just go to your fucking stream and watch it themselves? It's okay. Or do you want to throw something new out for us?
Well, let's go with the new. It would be cool. It would be cool if at some point we kind of review some of these charts just so we're consistent and not just throwing shit at the ceiling. But There's
I'm
one.
a monkey. I throw shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are a monkey. You're a 6'8" LP monkey. I completely forgot about that. And then Goo God's a 28.5, and then our boy Johnny over here is a 9 pig. Wait, what day are you born? 27th, right? Yeah, you're a double 9 if I remember, right?
No, I'm April 2nd.
Oh, you're 2.
1982.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people like you. So, all right. So,
Yo, I like
But
that
I
guy,
mean-
bro. I don't know why, but I just told him that earlier. I like him for some reason, and I never knew why. That's why?
No, because you're a 28 and he's a 2, and so ones and 2s get along because 2s have female energy, and then 1s is a lot of male energy, and it really clashes. I mean, it really bonds together. John, I'm not saying you're like a beta or anything. It's just
Oh, I'm about to bend you over, Johnny. Let's go.
Ah, shit! Oh my lord! What is this going to be
Just
like when our
fucking
coins hit
take
1
my
million,
alpha.
10 million market cap?
that's the thing. I hate telling dudes that are born the second that they got a little female energy because it's just weird, but it just means you can really connect well with people. That's basically what I'm trying to get across. So
I've been told worse.
all right, fair enough. So Bill the Bull is probably very stingy with meme coin picks and stuff. And keep in mind he's got a big he's actually a pretty big KOL in base, so it's understandable. I completely get it. All of us, we run around like a bunch of idiots, and we'll ape like cat coins and like the dumbest things ever, and that's just how we are. He's got to be a little bit more locked down. But what really surprised me about this stream was he shielded a sub $1 million market cap coin. The only time anybody subs anything sub 1 million, it's going to be me. And anybody that subs anything sub 50K, it's going to be Goo God. So it just is what it is. So the fact that he's shilling a $1 million market cap, it's kind of a sign. We did a little TA and we checked out this chart. And in my opinion, bro, this chart looks beautiful. Now, if we go back, I hate log scale. So if we go back and we take a look at this specific chart, one thing we noticed was on March 21st, 2025, you see this massive wick. Now, this massive wick was 100% created by a whale. It was somebody coming in saying that they're extremely bullish, and because the liquidity was so thin, it jumped the price up, and then a bunch of people sold down. That's basically what happened. Or there's such a change in the price, some of his buy-side liquidity got eaten up because of slippage. Now, typically when you see this happen, these wicks always fill when they go up or down. So if it's to the upside, that means there's going to be a lot of buy pressure going in the foreseeable future to fill the entire wick. And then you got to look to the downside, like a massive one that always fills on the downside. And that's something me and Goo God have always seen on charts, and we talk about constantly in on Telegram. So main point I'm just trying to get across with this token, it's a hot meme coin. It's coming up. They got NFTs. They got all that good stuff. Shout out to my boy TEDx coming on.
Dude, that was fast.
And the big thing about this is it's called Bobar. I don't know if this thing's like a penguin or a squirrel. I'm not really sure, but I like it. It sticks out. People talk about it, and a community's forming. So overall, I think it's a great project. Thoughts from Johnny, Goo God, Mo, or TEDx?
Dude,
I like it, bro. I've been watching this one for a while. So when he talked about it, I was surprised. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, this is a good one. They have a good community, and you can see like the charge is holding up. So it's one of those base projects where like in a couple months from now, you're gonna be like, oh wow, I saw that at 700K. I should have aped, and it's one of those things that go up, 15, 16, 17 mil without you even noticing. You're like, damn, bro. But yeah, I think base memes are really start running. So now's the time to start grabbing all the good ones, man.
And a little context on that, and we'll go over to Johnny, get his opinion on this chart. Goo God made a killing on Kanye. And I got to brag about this because it was like an 800x. He said, hey, I got this coin called Kanye after Kanye, and it's like a fish Kanye. And I looked at it, and I was just like, I'm going to ape first and figure this out second. And when I started researching, the thing was up already 20x. I was like, all right, I'm not going to research this. Let's just watch the chart. So when it comes to base, like Goo God's my guy for that. Like he knows the ecosystem really well. So does late night on base. So anytime he shields me something on base, man, I always ape. So just want to give you props, Goo God.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've been on base since it began. since before it even had a bridge, bro. We had to send ETH to some shady address and hope that it sends you back ETH, and it did. So that's when we started degenning on base, and then we couldn't even get off. So it was kind of cool, bro, because I accumulated a bunch of base ETH, and in my mind, I just had it in my mind like it was like testnet ETH. You can't really do nothing with this stuff. It's just like fun to play around with, and it was like in the depths of the bear market of 2022, and yeah, then things just totally changed, and I met a lot of people on base, and I know a lot of people on base, bro. So I'll always be in the trenches in base, always. Like I love base, bro. Nobody can tell me nothing bad about base.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Johnny, what's your opinion on Bobar?
So, what was the name of the guy that you streamed with? Bill.
His name's Bill the Bull at Late Night on Base.
Okay. What was his reasoning for shilling this specific coin? Like, what? Because I mean, I don't. This is for people listening, not for me. I'm just curious as to what. Like, he must have been very excited about it if he's willing to share it, and it must be, you know, was it like the community that he's excited about, the work that the founders are putting in? Like, what was he specifically excited about?
So he did a podcast with the team, and the team sat down, told him everything. And the one thing that he's really bullish about was the fact that the team works hard on the project for marketing, building out NFTs and stuff. And then he saw a community forming, so he added to his low cap portfolio as a dart.
Okay.
It also has a lot of support from good names in base, because there's like there's people on base, right? Like on I guess you can call it like Twitter base, right? Where you find these people, they have big accounts and they have like these .base ETH names and stuff like that. And really, these people are developers at base, at Coinbase, trying to make shit happen. You know what I mean? So you meet some very interesting people in base, and 9 times out of 10, bro, you're talking to somebody who works at Coinbase. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the thing with base. It has a lot of those weird accounts that support this project. So I think that's another reason why Bill is so bullish on it. And you gotta realize too, like he's big on base. Like his pinned tweet is him doing a podcast with Jesse Pollock, bro. You know what I mean? So like he knows over there. So I wouldn't fade it. I'm not fading it. I didn't fade it. So.
And one last thing I also want to point out: most of you guys come from the Pulse Chain community, and the Titan X community was a lot of the guys came from Pulse Chain, and so in that community, there's always like a lot of drama and BS. But on base, it's all about business. So like people want to network, they want to communicate. Everybody's cool with their own little meme coins. Brett has a little bit of hate, but it's not really that bad. But compared to Pulse Chain, it's day and night. I just want to make that clear for everybody. So
I agree. The way that the Council of LP started with just me and Nathan was base. The fees, this was back, if you look back a year ago, around January, Ethereum was stupid. Like gas was like 200 to 300 Gwei. And to start an LP, bro, it was like $300 to start an LP. If you wanted to take out your fees, just take out your fees. I just want to remove my fees, not even the liquidity, just the fees. It was like $88 to $100 just to remove your fees. So that kind of forced our hand and had us go to base, where you could start an LP at that time when Gwei was super high. It cost like, I think the most we ever paid to start an LP was $1. So we were like, oh, well, all day, every day. And that's how we got into like Brett, Toshi, all of them, man. Roost, all those were just absolutely, I mean, and when base was running, this is something for everyone that's listening. When base runs, it's very, very unique. There's narratives inside the base community, right? You've heard us talk about the Matt Fury narrative. If you're not familiar with that, just type in Matt Fury and just go down some rabbit holes. but there's certain characters in this like comic book series, and the author is Matt Fury, the illustrator is Matt Fury, and these guys on base are taking those characters. That's where you get like Pepe, Brett, all these different ones, Landwolf, all these guys. It's all part of the Matt Fury narrative, right? Well, it's interesting because when you start seeing patterns on base very easily, and I don't know if that's because we're so early still that like patterns emerge like very very quickly, but you'll see like Brett run, and then you'll see like it kind of come back down, and then you'll see like something else within that ecosystem. All of a sudden, like Landwolf's running, then that'll come down. Then the next one runs, it'll come down. Then the next one runs, and then it cycles back to Brett. Then Brett runs, it comes down. It's very very interesting to watch that, but that happens a lot on base. But for the most part, when base is pumping, you could pretty much, we could throw a dart and hit anything, and it was doing awesome. Even stuff that we've never even heard of, we didn't even really look into. We're just like, holy shit, there's a lot of volume on this with low liquidity. Let's get into this in LP and just absolutely cake it. Base is, I feel like base doesn't get the attention and the love that it deserves. If you like Ethereum stuff, base is like that much better, just because like the verse was saying, like Chris was saying, you don't have hate. And if you look at on X, who's the loudest? Who's loud on X, right? You have like 3 Bitcoin maxi homers. You have Sami, who puts out like 37 tweets every 5 minutes. And then it's like all base shit. It's all base builders. It's like, come build. We don't care what you're building. Just come over here for the love of God and build with us. We're doing some awesome shit. And they're the only ones that are openly saying like, we want builders. We want builders. Come build on us. Come build on us. You don't hear that on ETH. You for sure don't hear that on Pulse Chain. If you can launch something on Pulse Chain and it does well, like, dude, hats off to you. You get the gold star, because that is a very, very fickle community. You know what I mean? They will turn. They like, oof, man, yeah, rough. They are rough. But if you know people, that's one thing. But base, you don't get that. You don't get that hate. You don't get that. Oh, we're in this. We hate this one. Oh, we don't like these guys. We don't like these guys. Everyone seems to just get along over there. And again, I don't know if it's new, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And the cost to transact is like a swap is usually like 0.008 cents, something like that. It's not even a penny.
Yeah, for sure. Goo, I got a question for you, sir.
What's good, bro?
I heard you're doing something else soon. What's going on?
Yep. Tomorrow, gonna be launching the final token of the King ecosystem. Right now, so we have King, and it has I think like 12 liquidity pools right now. I added another one today with your mom. Because the dev is base, bro. So I know the dev. He's a PTGC whale, right? He's been rocking with us for a long time, and he's always just been like a giga Chad, bro. And what slapped me in the face today is something that I said. I don't know if I said it in the Council of LP or I think no, I said it on one of these streams with y'all. When you're in a token and it goes up these crazy numbers, right? And like you're in with your bros and stuff, like that inflated number you see in your wallet, that's not your money. You understand? I've never heard nobody else say that in this crypto space, bro. Nobody. Until the dev of your mom today, bro. I was like, Black Hawk Down, that's his app. I was like, bro, I've never heard nobody fucking say that besides me. So I was like, you know what? And I was already in this, right? Because I was already like degening with it. I got in at like 200K market cap. I saw it, and I know to do it. I knew what he was gonna do with it, and sure enough, he did it. And I was like, you know what? I'm showing love to this dude today, bro. So I bought more of that shit, and I just paired it up with King. So now we have another pool. And then what I did was, I like the other day, I launched King Jr., right? It bonded immediately. So I noticed that the liquidity pool with Pulse, it's nice. You know what I mean? Like it's like 14K right now, right? So that's half of that is in Pulse. So that's what 7K in Pulse for free. That gets added to our liquidity web. So to have 7K in Pulse right now at the bottom, you're not a whale, nothing like that, but it's a good bag, bro. What everybody expecting what this L1 is gonna do, it's not a bad bag. So I said, you know what? Perfect. We're gonna do another one. This is gonna be the final one because you know how I feel about oversaturation, right? So we're gonna do another one, a final one. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently to do it more properly, and we're gonna pair it all with King. And this is gonna be like our little liquidity web, bro, because a lot of stuff is already paired with King. So now we get these zero tax tokens that we get basically the liquidity pools for free from pump tires and stuff like that. Boom, perfect. We just make a little ecosystem, bro, and you know people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. You know how I always feel about stuff like that. But I'm just excited for like have like a little Atropa style ecosystem here, bro. I'm excited. You know what I mean? And like Alien has done its thing, and it's still my baby. Anki, I still love it to death. But it's like we got something new, we got something fresh, and it's totally different. And it's not like it's not like anything we've ever done before. So I'm just really excited for King, bro. So yeah, tomorrow the launch window will be between noon and 2:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I like to call it Wall Street time. That will be the window. And yeah, I will be posting the contract address in the Alien Telegram. And then after that, I will be posting it in Goose Clues, my channel. And yeah, off to the races after that, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And to add to
go.
what Goo God's saying, the reason why those tokens are significant with that LP with King, it's going to drive volume through King. King's a rewards token, so it's going to increase your payouts. So for anybody who's like, yo, this is diluted, this is a lot, just keep in mind there's a game theory behind this, and that volume you're going to see reflect on the chart. Dang, bro, you Snapchatting me?
Well,
Yeah, man.
Ted was recording me, so I was like, well, then I'm going to record you.
Yeah, Snapchat me. We're back in middle school. Gonna send me.
You had Snapchat in middle school?
Your middle school was much different than my fucking middle school.
Yeah, bro. Jesus,
Snapchat
I had
middle
a
school.
piece of paper that said "To Lindsay." You know what I mean?
That you folded into a piece of paper and hit Frank in the back of the head with on accident.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
No, not you.
Dude, when Snapchat came out, bro, that was wild. I feel like that completely changed the young generation's dynamic, man. Like
Fuck
that
yeah,
thing got
dude.
out of hand so fucking bad.
No clue what Snapchat is. I mean, I know what it is, but I never had it. I couldn't log into it if you asked me to.
Yeah, no, we'll save it for another day. But yeah.
The stock is actually, you can make money with the stock, bro. It ranges between $8 and $12. So you could trade it with size and make 50%.
Well, I'll tell you what. For a how did BpDAI start stream, I had no idea we would be talking about the stock of Snapchat. So, hey, you come here for any piece of alpha you can fucking get. Let's fucking
Goo, man, you
My
go
boy-
deep with all your knowledge, bro. You go so
Hey,
deep with
I
your
love
knowledge. It's just
Hey.
fucking crazy.
Listen, my boy Goo guys at 28, man. 28 just think about money all day. That's how they are, man. 28s think about money.
Man.
love it.
Just like
Fucking love it.
TEDx, he craves knowledge because he's a rat.
I'm a rat. You are correct.
That's hard for that to be like, yeah, I'm a rat. That's not, I mean,
It's a
Hey,
Chinese
you can't
thing,
spell
man.
Matrix without rat, man. I'm just saying.
It's a Chinese thing.
tell that to a Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Yeah, like
Oh.
every mafia movie ever. He's like, "You fucking rat, you."
Fucking rat. You fucking rat, man. I'm not a rat. You're a rat.
Dirty stinking rat.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Those
All right,
dudes kill me,
so-
bro. Most of them ratted on each other, bro. Forget about it.
I'm gonna get to this chart, and I'm gonna get to the rehash of the beginnings of BpDAI. But since I got all these awesome gentlemen on, and most of you who are on the stream right now already know the beginnings of BpDAI, we're just gonna kind of keep it going from now. Ted, how you doing, buddy? What's going on with you? Are you? I think you just said you're about to start traveling again for your daughter's graduation.
Yeah, I'm chilling in this really fucking kick-ass house we rented for the weekend. It's like it's too advanced for me to even comprehend. I was preheating the oven earlier, and then next thing you know, the TV chimes at me and says the oven is up to temp. I'm like, what? I was like, what? You turn on the faucet, man, and when the hot water gets hot, the base of it starts to get red. It's like, what?
Oh, that's crazy.
It's nuts, man. And it was like you turn on the TV and it's the size of the fucking house. And it has just like this art stream that keeps going. And you got to figure out how to get out of that. And then you get into that. And I had the sound up way too loud, and they got fucking speakers everywhere, subwoofer banging, and fucking everybody's trying to go to sleep, and everybody's like, what the hell's going on out there? I'm trying to
disco balls are dropping in every room. You're like, what happened?
Documentaries.
It's weird. You touch faucets and they wake up. It's weird, man.
Hello, Ted. You're like, what the fuck? I can't do this.
Well, you know what? It was actually cheaper to rent this. This place is fucking totally badass, dude. I mean, this is just like one of the sitting rooms in the basement. Okay. All right.
Oh,
and the upstairs is Paulie.
But did you sell your soul to, Ted?
I didn't. No, this is where I'm going with this, Chris. K Rapper. That's what I call you, bro. K Rapper. So the
I love it.
It was actually cheaper to rent this for 4 days than it was to get 2 hotel rooms in Morgantown in like connected.
Because
for 4 days this cost $1,300, and we'll have like 10 people here, and to put 10 people in the same hotel with adjoining rooms, we were looking at several thousand. So it was like score.
I'm like a day almost.
it's just nuts. So but yeah, just chilling in the basement in West Virginia.
All right, chilling in a basement in West Virginia. Well, that might be the safest place. You never know.
Well, I'm trying to get Johnny a job.
Nice.
From the basement in West Virginia.
Yep. So I tried to line him up to be a mod for a TG group, but I don't know if he's taken the bait yet or not.
I told him in little
pays.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up with Little Titan X, bro? I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. They pissed me off today. They was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna launch today or this weekend." I'm like, "What?" I was getting ready to leave the group, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not even gonna do that, bro."
Hey, at least he said that he's not launching this weekend instead of being like, maybe this weekend. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'd rather know.
Well, if you think about it, he's obsessed with numerology. So if you really think, I'm not going to say on live stream, but if you really think about it, you can kind of figure out the date he's trying to launch. Just think about it for 1 second. I'll tell you guys offline. I don't want to spoil.
If it's 28 again, I swear to God.
Okay, cat's out of the bag.
Come on, man.
I'm not even
the
gonna lie to
only
you,
fucking
bro.
number we launch on.
I'm tired of
the
launching
only
projects
number
on the 28, man. Fucking projects ain't doing shit. We launch them on the 28 and they fucking do nothing, bro.
Hey, but at least this is a meme coin, though. So there's a chance.
There's 2 variables here. There's 2 variables here, though. It could be the 28th, but then I've seen 200 in the TG more than once.
Well,
like he wants 200 members.
He wants 200 members, and I've been counting it down, and I've been pushing the shit out of it today.
You need more than
200. I think he picked up, I don't know, like 15 or 20 today, I think.
Yeah. Well,
so he's getting close, but I don't know.
Real quick.
This is one of the hardest parts, is getting that pre-launch hype going. Sorry, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people saying 28's cursed, blah, 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 blah. So here's the thing about launching on these dates. So it's like a percentage of likelihood that you're gonna get a certain outcome. So just because you like put 28 all over the place, write on your walls, put on your face or whatnot, do things like in 28 intervals, it's not guaranteed wealth. It just increases the chance. You still got to put in the work. So, but I mean, like I said, it just increases your outcome when it comes to wealth.
So I should play the lottery on the 28th.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's go.
100%.
And is it true that 7's an unlucky number?
Yes. 7 is the most unlucky number ever, and it's also extremely injury prone. But 7's also the number of the genius. So, today is a 7 day. Today's a great day for learning. I bet you guys were all about reading, maybe a little bit of numerology, astrology, was really thinking a lot, all that good stuff. Might see some injuries today. And then it's also a 3 day. So you guys like to communicate, talk to people, get creative, all that good stuff.
Does OnlyFans count?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What if I don't want to do that? What if I don't want to be a 7 and communicate? I want to be a fucking, like a nobody, nothing. Just stare at people and have angry faces at them.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You know what? You should do a marathon on the 7th. You should do a marathon on the 7th. Go ahead.
Just start drinking gallons of soy milk and eat a bunch of McDonald's and stuff.
Soy
Dye your
latte.
hair blue. Dye your hair blue.
Oh God.
That's a good start. All
Jesus. Scaring people.
right.
So, Mo, the floor
All
is
right.
yours. Go ahead.
No, Chris, give me something else today, brother. What do you else got for me? Do you want to? Should we review? I mean, it was only a couple of days ago. Do you want to review the picks you had from the other day, or you don't have to?
Yeah, we can. I want to go over. I really want to go over Yi because this chart is probably one of the craziest charts I have ever.
Give it to me.
Yep.
This is like probably one of the wildest things I've ever seen. So one thing I got correct is this is falling very similar to the it was the Kokoro. Let's see if I can spell it right. Kokor. Is it Coco? Yeah, Kokoro chart. So I'm basing my TA based off of this one because this one looks 100% manipulated. It's following this trend line. Every time it dumps down, somebody comes in and just buys this up. So I don't know if I'm not sure if this is a bundle or whatnot. And then when we see these oversold territories for a couple days, it gets bought up in full send. Now come over to the Yi token chart. After reviewing this, we respected this trend line, and then on the 13th, we had a make it or break it point. So typically what I like to do is when I see a chart like this that follows a beautiful trend line, I always ape right here when we get this touch because you don't know if it's going to bounce or not, but it's always a great place to make an entry, but you don't want to go in with a full bag because at that point, you're basically in the casino gambling. Now, what's interesting is when I look on the 4 hour, we had a breakdown, doji, bullish engulfing candle. Another breakdown, doji, bullish engulfing candle. Breakdown, doji, and then depending on this 4 hour interval, if we get another bullish engulfing candle, well, that's telling me is there's a big buyer right here, and potentially right here. So what I'm seeing on this chart is I think we're getting towards a washout moment, but I also do think that somebody's buying up a large amount of supply, and maybe this has something to do with bundling or something. But like I said, this chart seems extremely artificial, and I'm pretty obsessed with tracking it. Goo, got any thoughts on the chart?
Like an accumulation almost. So
Yeah.
and that's exactly how market makers accumulate. They buy, then dump, then buy, then dump, then buy, then dump. And you see if you scroll all the way down to the buys and the sells, you could actually see what they're doing because if there's more buys than you have sells, but just by slightly, you know that's they're accumulating for somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the order book. 15. Yeah, so no, I agree with Gugat's analysis. This is just a very wild chart. So I'm actively just throwing a little bit in every day and just doing a slight accumulation alongside the market maker. And so my bet is sometime in the future we'll start to see this chart go. And if it doesn't play out, then like I said, it's on to the next one. So that's the really extreme high risk meme coin. Any other thoughts before I view other charts?
I put the pink slip down.
Today
that,
what?
So let's go.
Yep. Cool. All right. Let's do King. Like I said, gonna be shilling this sucker really, really hard. Actually, I had this on live stream with Bill. Bill loves this chart. So 28 is a curse, Jake Sharp. Yeah. That definitely comes from a 9 life path goat. So
hey, it's super late at night because then Shrey was like, I didn't start typing yet. I was like, bro, you just said
Yo, Sray's been waiting for that new launch, bro. He's been active in the alien telegram and everything, bro. He's waiting. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Well, he asked earlier when launch, bro. He's trying to get the first buy. Let's fucking go.
You know what? We'll launch the token Shrey when you launch Shrey Jr. on pump tires. We want Shrey Jr. coming out now. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. So looking at the King chart, right when this thing launched, we had a massive wick to the upside. So of course we got to come up and fill that. So went through a massive accumulation period, got a nice, beautiful rounded bottom. Then we exploded past all-time highs, and then now we're back at an accumulation zone at all-time highs. Now, here's the thing that I love about this chart. Typically, when you break past all-time highs, you usually at this point, you get somewhere between a 50 to 60% correction. So we'll come down and, retest that breakout, but we're actually holding at all-time highs. So what does that tell me? Everybody that's getting the King, they're holding it. They're true believers. We don't got any cheats. We don't got any sketchiness going on. So it's a flawless launch with the right people in at the right time. That also tells me that the whales are good and people are taking their rewards tokens and putting it back in the chart. Because if you see up, sell off, buy, sell off, buy, sell off. Now you can make a case that's a big wallet doing that, but also that's people recompounding their rewards into King. So overall, I really like that. Now, next thing I also want to point out, Elliott wave theory. We just completed wave 1. Then we came down wave 2. So now King is actually in its wave 3. This is going to be the most violent wave to the upside. So right now, King is accumulating in its wave 3, getting ready to push up higher. So this is actually, we're about to get into the greatest part of the King price chart, which is awesome. Any thoughts from anybody?
Let's fucking go.
I like the dude, I love looking at charts like these. Dude, I'm from the Pulse Chain ecosystem. I've been banging in the Titanx ecosystem, so I am impervious to red candles at this point. But exactly what you said, and this comes from, two different projects seeing the exact same thing. I was about to say, when you see a chart that is pretty much up only to the right, up and to the right, with small corrections, but they always get overtaken, that 100% is attributed to community, I think. When you have a community of believers, you have a community that is like ride or die, like you get charts that look like this. This is what you get. When you are a founder and you either are shady, you dump your own shit, there's insiders, you do not get a chart that looks like this. You get one big candle up, down, L, that's what you get. And when I see something like this, it reminds me of all the things that I like about meme coins. And this is proper. Like this is following the Elliott wave to like a fucking T. Everything is following to a T. Everything is going according to, the chart plan, right? There's nothing weird going on with it. There's no fuckery. So anytime I see a chart that looks like this, it automatically tells me, especially those last like 10, 20 candles, where it goes all-time high, comes down, but it doesn't nuke down and then hang out way down there. It comes down a little bit, accumulates, goes up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little bit. The tighter that you guys, the tighter you see this accumulation happening, that means the more violent the next move is going to be, whether it's up or down, right? Could go either way. But when you see a tight accumulation like this, you really, really want to start paying attention, because that usually means a breakout is about to happen. That's all.
Chris, what's the market cap on that?
220, 216K.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, bro. Come on.
So.
like, throw some dust in there, bro. It's on Pulse Chain.
Sir.
Let's say it's going to cost you like 0.00005 cents. You know what I mean?
So I can't speculate on the chart, but what I can say is that being that we have all of these liquidity pools now, and we probably have like over 60K in liquidity altogether, King is gonna move with Pulse Chain now. So when you see like these big projects, how they move with Pulse Chain, like PTGC, UFO, you could put all those charts up to Pulse and they all look the same, right? That's how it's gonna be with King now, because we're so tied in with the whole blockchain, basically, you could say, that now we'll just move with everything. So as Pulse moves up and all that other shit, we'll move up as well.
Yeah.
What happens if Pulse Chain does like a 10, 20, or 30x? And this is turbo slingshot. You know what I mean?
The multiplier effect will be nuts on this, bro.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's an auto OP, so any ARB volume that comes in will just feed the wrap pulse pool. What's up? Say that again.
What was Sherry getting at? I'm getting caught up in the chat. Never mind.
Nope.
Okay.
Some of the alpha, you got to just pull it up, and people have to be here to see. They got to get in the chat. They got to get active.
Yeah. So last thing I want to say on the chart before we move on. One thing that I'm paying special attention to in the 4-hour is this MACD. So what we're looking for is a cross for, I believe it's the 12 and 26. So we want to see the 12 come up, touch the 26. And one thing I know about these volume bars is you see how they're kind of coming up and peaking up and it's slowly decreasing. That tells me that the short-term moving average on the 12 is going to start curling up very soon. So typically when I see that, we're probably going to catch we're getting close to a bottom in this accumulation phase, which is good. So overall, guys, King on Pulse Chain, love it.
Are we bullish? Are we fucking bullish on King or what?
Yes, sir.
That's it. We're bullish. We are bullish.
Yes, sir.
No time for that bullshit.
So
cool.
Just backtrack just for a second. Ted saw something that I pulled up. And every now and then, Shrey from the House of Warlords is going to drop some insane alpha in the chat. Maybe one of us pulls it up on screen. Maybe not. For those who are eagle-eyed, you saw that piece of alpha that dropped. If you want to get that alpha, and you're not going to rewind, because that's all I got to do, go into the House of Warlords. Hop in that Telegram. T.me/House of Warlords. No spaces. Okay? Get in there, and you'll get all the alpha you could ever need. All right.
Indeed.
All right.
Yep. All right. Let's do Heroes of Mavia. Just check out, see if we see anything new. Yeah, so Heroes of Mavia, one thing I will say that I'm seeing, everything I said in the last live stream still applies. So we don't have to, I don't like to do too much crazy speculation. This is just a long-term hypothetical. But on the trend line, something that I do notice is we are getting a break in trend. So yesterday, is this in the daily? So yesterday we had a breakdown. And now we have a second candle coming in. So one thing that I usually look for right here is if we come down here, there's a good chance we may come in here and retest the swing low and fill that wick in, because typically when you got a wick like that, a big buyer comes in, pumps it up, and then slowly sells off. That's going to be a great point at 18 cents to make an entry. And hopefully if we hit that wick, the one thing I want to see it do is come up, bounce up, and come back to this trend line. when you break a trend line, typically you look for 2 candles in order to invalidate a trend line. So if we get if we close red, technically that would be today or tomorrow, and then the day after that we close another red, then that means we broke the trend line and we're going to go a little bit lower. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is you might have a potential great entry on Mavia, especially at this little wick at this swing low, but I don't see it breaking down past here. So anyone who has an interest in getting Heroes of Mavia, this will be your opportunity. So that's the last thing I want to add. Any thoughts?
Can I ask a silly question?
Yeah.
So right now, and this is just for the non-traders out there, the non-traders. So the reason why you've been talking about this one specifically, you got a lot of belief in this. Obviously, you're bullish on this. Gaming coins, this is it, right? This is your guy. This is the horse you're taking to the race, right?
Right.
My question is, if you are a believer, right, and you like a project, you believe in the project, you like the community, you want to get in, is it a massive difference getting in, say, now and waiting till it gets a cent cheaper?
Let's see. Yeah, it's about 7%. So yeah, I agree. It's not a massive difference.
Right. So my point is, like, a lot of times you'll see on TA where there could be a massive gap that it needs to fill. That makes sense. You want to wait for it to come down, blah, blah, blah. But also understand that this is crypto and anything can happen, right? So use what he was saying before about don't just chunk your whole, like if you have $500 set aside for this coin, you don't necessarily want to throw all $500 at it. Like right now might be a decent time to put 100, 150, and then wait till that next candle confirms 100, 150, and you can DCA your way down as opposed to putting all 500 in at 1843 and okay, maybe it goes down even more, right? So
Bro, that's exactly how I built my Mavia position. I put $250 in at 25 cents. It went to 20 cents. I put $200. It went down to 18 cents. I put $180. It went down to 15 cents, I think it was. And I was like, all right. That's when I started looking at the indicators and everything. And I was like, this looks like a bottom, bro. So I aped a little bit heavier at that point. And then I was just kind of chilling. And then Crash calls the shit. And it's like, what? So let's go.
Here's a perfect example. This is for everybody. This is in real life, perfect example. Goo God, when it got down to like the 18, 17 cent mark range, were you sitting there super, super poopy?
No, I was excited to buy.
What was it? Okay.
I was excited to buy it, and I was proud of myself of DCAing in like that. Because usually I go in with size. Like I would have went in with $2,500. You know what I'm saying? So I said, nah, I'm just gonna play it like this, right? And like I played the trade perfectly, bro. So I was just really happy about that.
And Chris talks about that a lot, guys. I know it's hard. It's very hard. It's very, very hard, especially if this is your first cycle. You got $500 to buy something, you know, you hear someone shilling something, you're like, okay, cool. I'm all in. And then it dips down 20% the next day. And you're like, yes. Well, you can prevent all of that. You can prevent that by just putting a little bit in. Wait and see what happens. If it goes up, that's fine. You can put a little bit up. You can put a little bit more up in. You know, no one's going to kick you out of bed for eating crackers, but putting a little bit more in at a little higher. But the point is, the more that you stick to that type of thinking, that kind of philosophy, the less poopy you're going to be, and the less you're going to be sitting there all depressed, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing here? But you're not going to be thinking like that because there's always something happening in all different kinds of places. We talked about 10 different coins the other day. If you had $500 that you were waiting for to dump into one, okay, no one's saying you have to do that. You could throw 100 on this one. Oh, let me go check the chart on this one over here that they were talking about. I'm going to throw 100 on that one. And guess what? Now, instead of $500 in one thing, hoping that it does its thing, Now you have like 100, 150 in 5 different things, 4 or 5 different things. And now you're a part of 4 or 5 different communities. So you're going to get that much more dopamine rush every time Chris and Goo God come on this damn channel and they start talking about all the different things. You're like, yep, I'm in that. What's up? Shout out. Oh, I'm in that. What's up? Shout out. Oh, I'm in that. And then you plug yourself into the communities. It's way more exciting than just putting everything in one goddamn thing. And that's part of the problem I'm seeing with crypto. All the people that you guys see on X or in Telegram chats, like half the Titan X chats are just absolutely wrecked right now, because what people did was they put their whole bag on one thing. Then it wasn't doing so great. They rotated their whole bag into another thing. That didn't do so great. They rotated that in. And then what ends up happening? You get rinsed. So prevent yourself from getting rinsed. You are your own worst enemy.
And one thing too that I like to point out is that with Chris and myself, like, we always try to show you the bottom, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
and you know, and people have even asked me like, "Yo, why you didn't show like your mom and stuff like that in the channel?" I said I never had a chance to, bro. It was nothing but God candles. The minute there was a good dip, I was gonna post it, but I never got the opportunity, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, even like we're not completely bag biased. Like we're trying to look out for everybody, bro. Like we're not trying to call tops on you. Like we're trying to give you good entries on good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely agree. So, no, great analysis. And that's a good strategy to use just in general for every single chart, especially the stuff we talk on here. And like I said, crypto is all about making sure that you can last till the end of this market. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Next one. I need to run through Infinity token. So TA
I'm a
on
buyer.
Oh yeah, I like this one. Yeah. Good stuff.
I got it this one last night.
So Infinity token sitting at about 598K market cap. This one's a little bit more difficult to do TA on, because long story short, you do have miners that are going to be mine the supply. It decreases every week by 12%, but then you also got the buy and burn from the fees being generated. So what I'm seeing with this chart is we got a sideways accumulation zone, and we're coming down. We're gonna potentially touch the 382. So you're going to have a box of opportunity between the 382 fib and what I would call the 0.5 fib. And the price of those amount to about 0.06 and 0.07. Well, we'll say 0.08. 0.008, excuse me. So the reason why I want to put this up is because we're going to see another decrease in inflation. The fees are going to come in, continue to burn the supply, and we might get a little bit of some sideways action. So right here is where you're going to want to definitely consider accumulating if this is a project you're interested in. And 600K, man. So I think this thing could get to 50 million. I really do. So what would that be? A 100x? Yeah. So 100x. So any thoughts on Infinity before we move on from anyone?
I'll let someone else talk first if they have anything to add, because I have a couple of things to add on this one. Anyone want to chime in? You guys are good? All right.
I'm good.
So I do not ever do what I do and ape first, do research second. However, the money that I'm playing with, I am more than comfortable with losing. So if I hear it shilled on this channel, I don't have a problem aping first, doing research second, because I already know my man has done extensive research. Nope, this way. Chris has done extensive research on this. So what I did do was I jumped into the Telegram and I went to their website. You heard the verse say something about mining. For anyone in the Titan X community, this is not the same as Titan X mining, right? Titan X mining is just like basically digital mining, right? The mining that this is like Bitcoin mining. You got to think of it like that. You can mine this with your computer. You can go to their website and you can start mining with your computer. There's a capped supply. So I want to make that very, very clear. This isn't like just an inflationary, it's going to mine whatever, right? You can actually, with your computer, whether you have a Mac or a PC, you can run a miner. It's not super easy. There's like a little bit of CLI coding that you need to do, but he gives directions on how to do all that. If you're so interested, you can GPU mine with it. Okay, so that's what he means by this is a true proof of work, just like Bitcoin. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there. Just make sure everyone knows that you don't get scared off by, oh God, not another mining protocol. Not the same at all.
And to add on to what Johnny was saying, the mining ends after a year. No more tokens are going to be produced. And the goal of the mining is to continue to generate those fees from the Sonic fee share. So that what the team is basically doing is they're farming for the fee shares on Sonic and then putting that back into the chart. So,
Wow, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah. So I definitely wanted to make that a point because I know there's a bunch of people probably watching this being like, I know he's not shilling me at a mining protocol. Whatever you thought you knew about mining, go back to the basics with Bitcoin, proof of work, actual physical miners, that are used, just normal people spinning up a CPU miner or a GPU miner, like a physical miner.
Yeah, absolutely. And my speculation with this type of protocol, I get the Hex Titan X vibes. It's very different, very unique, high risk, high reward, and hey man, that just comes with fast money. So we'll see how it comes to fruition. But extremely bullish. You bullish on this one?
Hell yeah, man! Absolutely.
Yes, sir. All right, good stuff. What's another one? Let's do BpDAI. We gotta do BpDAI on this live stream.
BpDAI.
All right. So this is literally a chart just going up to the right. So I'm just going to
His eyes are lighting up.
Except for that, the douche nuke right there in the middle. Don't worry about that, guys. Don't worry about that.
Well, hey, he got washed out. He got washed out.
Wait, what's that meme from fucking Super Troopers? Well, this little guy right here? Yeah, don't worry about that little guy.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Cool.
He can't hurt you anymore.
So we're definitely in a massive accumulation phase. I mean, the chart looks great. Definitely have some strong holders. Now, one thing that I'm noticing, we're starting to see the MACD split, and we're just trading sideways, but the RSI is dropping significantly. So what that's telling me is we're getting very close to oversold territory, which means everybody's a diamond hand in this project. So it's very rare where you see a project goes up and to the right, and then you get a massive dip on the RSI like that. So that means you got a lot of solid holders coming in. I'm curious to see the volume right now. Volume 2.7K. And let's take a look at the daily chart. Yeah, we got no data on the daily chart. Yeah, so overall, guys, BpDAI, man, this is probably one of the craziest community-run projects, and it's holding up. It's on Zora. It's under the Mo's account, and like it a lot. Any thoughts from anyone else?
I would like to share something about this.
Go for it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that the fifth or sixth candle with the wick?
That's this one right here.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I remember specifically that someone with a black hat right now said, when this wicks up to the upside, it wants to fill. And it was at that candle that you said that. And what did it do? It filled. So guys, please listen when the verse is talking about this stuff. I can promise you the hours that it takes to get good at TA. This is not something that you just do in 5 minutes, watch a YouTube video, and then you're a fucking pro. This takes time, energy. When you hear him talk about wicks and this, pay attention, because that's less stuff that you have to go out on YouTube and try to figure out for yourself. He's already doing it for you. He's telling you what's going to happen pretty much. And the charts don't lie. One thing that I can say is that, yeah, this is crypto. Anything can happen, but charts don't lie. The trend is your friend. And, stick with us here. We're going to at least give you a better chance, a better shot. And that's all we're trying to do here. But I remember, and a lot of people that are watching this right now probably remember, he specifically said that wick is going to fill at some point. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it's going to fill. And it took, what, 5 days?
After he said that's when I put out the tweet too that book was gonna fill, and it sure did.
7 days. 7 days after.
So these guys know what they're talking about, man. So please listen to what they say. Heed their advice, because not a lot of people are going to tell you stuff like this. Not a lot of people are going to call a coin at 200K market cap. I know that's right. They'll call it at $1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Oh yeah, I like this.
Yo, quick flex, bro. Quick flex. Me and Chris were the only people giving PTGC to people at sub 40K market cap, bro. We were publicly shilling it at a 40K market cap, bro.
That's
that
filthy.
thing went up to damn near $400 million market cap, bro. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give y'all everything super early.
Oh, I need a calculator for that shit. I can't.
Shout out to PTGC. I actually streamed with Prairie Banana today, and he gave me a deep dive on the whole protocol and the ecosystem.
You said you called it a
4,000x. It's like a 4,000x.
That's a 10,000x.
Yeah, we did over 10,000x. Like it was like 11,000 something x from a 38K market cap.
So if we go to billions, that means we would do 100,000x.
Gonna be insane, bro. You know how many DMs that I got from people thanking me, sending me pictures from the like these beautiful vacations, bro, with them and their families on the beach, getting professional photos and all of this stuff.
Bro,
like we changed people's lives, bro. Like
naming
literally
their firstborn sons.
Actually, no. I got a funny story about the name the firstborn son thing. So after I did that live stream and me shilling it, I was sitting there looking at it. It was Pulsion days. Everybody was just hating on everything. I was like, fuck these guys. They don't like me, so I'm going to do what they don't want me to do. And then right when that thing went crazy and hit the $100 million market cap, I was on live stream. Someone came on and said, yeah, I just named my firstborn son Chris with a K. Is that your actual name? And I sat there and looked at that. I was like, I'm not going to put that out right now, but I think it's a great name. I was like, dang. So I know it's not like a big deal.
I remember that, bro. I remember that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you're like, my name's not Chris, dude. It's actually like Sean.
It's Bob. My name's Bob. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's not a big deal for most people, but I was just sitting there. I was like, damn, dude, people are naming their kids after me, bro. That was nuts.
Hey, heroes are remembered. Legends never die.
Oh, there you go.
Crazy.
Fucking love it.
Dude, that's legendary call, bro.
Just to add one more thing on to BpDAI, we're on day 18. This started as a joke with one person holding and 0 market cap. Now we're over 555. We crossed today. 555. Throw another 5 in it, and it's throw another 5 there, and it's a very familiar number. But just shout out to this community that has chosen violence and chosen diamond hands. And we are well on our way to the next run. And we will see if we can hit $250,000 sooner than later.
Yeah, Mo. So if we hit $1 million in BpDAI, Mo, what are you going to do? You got to do something.
I mean, it's optional at that point.
Shirt's optional? Are you going to launch Base to Tropa? You going to launch Base to Tropa?
Yeah, when we hit 10 million, we're all going to show up with blurred screens.
We get 10 million?
Just doing the windmill dance, you know what I mean?
When it's 10 million, we'll get banned off of YouTube. There you go. We'll do something to get banned off of YouTube.
I feel like with this group, we can make that happen.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a lot easier.
Hey, toss a coin, man. If any of us have a drink, we could do that on our own, just on any stream given. Let's fucking go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Well, real quick, couple things I just want to do a speed run on a couple of these other coins, and then maybe I'll open up to anyone who wants to show a coin or bring a chart up. But I definitely want to give a quick special nomination for the charts. Rabies. This one's sitting at 23K market cap. When this thing launched, bro, I know I said it last live stream.
It was gross.
It was like a 500K market cap. This thing went absolutely nuts. So my call right now is, I talk about filling wicks, and this is a ballsy fucking call. I just want to make this clear. This is the type of call that not many people will do, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. We're going to fill this wick.
This motherfucker.
In the future. We're going to fill it. I'm telling you right now. This thing is sitting at 23K. You want a 1% bag, $300. This thing is awesome. Rabies, retarded animal babies, Miggles reflections. Narrative's great. There is a community. And the memes on this are absolutely insane. And now that X is opening up, it's like a free speech platform. You can put that stuff out there and it goes viral. So, like I said, man, I like Rabies. I still got a decent sized bag and all that good stuff. Any thoughts from the crowd on this?
Yo, I made a pool with Fart Coin yesterday. Let's go.
Wait, hang on. Because if I actually played this thing the way it should have been played, then this is actually a leftover sound effect I had from Dragon Fart Dust. And, hey.
Let's go.
Bro.
We need Nathan.
Bro, that's good.
Yeah, dude, that was actually pretty fucking good.
Right,
so we got a backup.
That was my invitation, bro.
Backup singers, bro. I think we got one.
Dude, Gugot's got to go to American Idol.
Dude, Gugod would get the golden buzzer if he showed the PTGC chart and had a little circle. This is where I called it. This is what it did. Bro, golden buzzer. Fucking God, be hitting the shit out of that.
Let's go.
Bro. We haven't even like started the bull run. This motherfucker's already calling 10,000 X's. I just want to put this out there in the universe. That's stupid. Just saying. So this is the other thing. I'm really big on this. Like, this is why I say, like, you got to diversify your shit out there, right? You got to have a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit, because you never know when something is just going to go, see you later. And the worst thing that you can do is be all in one thing, rotate that shit, and top blast something, and it just goes, no, see you later. You know? That's why I always try telling people, man, just for the love of God, stop putting all your money that you have into one thing. I get it. You're a believer in that one thing. Cool. Maybe that's your core. Awesome. But 10%, man, take 10% and of whatever you were going to put in your core, take a little bit and chunk it into some of these memes, because this is a meme coin super cycle, bro. What utility coin do you guys know did a 10,000x this year? What utility coin did a 10,000x?
Zero.
Did any of them come close? Has
No.
anything come close to a 10,000x that was utility?
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
Delete the volume off that, and you should be able to do the chart easier.
Gotcha.
Watch out,
Like-
liar.
Never mind.
Damn
It's
it.
about. Sorry. Go ahead. Shrey was asking what was the top from bottom. It's a 52x.
Sorry,
So-
I was watching him
brought
try and
that
do
up,
it in
man.
the chart, and I was trying to help him there.
I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying, hedge your bets. Hedge your bets. If you think this is a utility coin super cycle, cool. But these guys, and this isn't the only thing that these guys have called that have gone yard. I mean, 10,000x is ridiculous, for sure. But it's not like that was a one-off. That wasn't a one-off. They've been calling things the whole year that have been doing really, 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 really well.
You know what this is? This is like going to a fucking driving range, and you're really good at this, but it's been a while, right? So your first couple ones, you're like, okay, next one goes a little bit farther. You're getting loose, right? Now it's time to fucking Babe Ruth this shit. Here we go. We're going yard.
Yes, sir.
That's what these guys are doing. They've made calls that go farther and farther and farther. Don't be the person that misses the fucking Babe Ruth call. Good Lord. It's coming. This bull run's coming. It's going to happen.
You know what? here's the deal. If this thing gets up to 200K market cap, me and Guga we'll pull out the secret weapon. All right, that's all I will say. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but we'll pull out the secret weapon and we'll keep it at that. So
World's greatest Shogun printer.
I don't know. Secret weapon, man. Secret. Can't tell anybody.
You heard what he just said.
Help a brother out.
I wasn't laughing off screen. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm dying over here, bro. Help me out.
Wait. Say that again.
I said,
No, I'm saving him. He's gonna get in trouble.
Oh, dude, I completely zoned out. I'll just ask you guys later.
Too funny. It was too funny.
it was a
Just
joke.
dropping-
Calm down. Everybody calm down. Take it
hey,
easy.
we're having fun. We're having
Easy,
fun.
boy.
Okay, we're having fun.
We're having
We're having
a
a good time. We're having a good time. All right.
It's Friday night. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's Friday night. It's late at night. Let's fucking go. Have some fun.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, come on.
Fucking
All right.
go. Let's make some money.
So as
Oh, my
for
Lord.
the charts, that's all I got for review so far. Is there any projects somebody wants me to review or any special shields, man? Now's the time. Let me know.
I think that's good. We're at just
Okay.
over an hour now. We're approaching midnight on a Friday night. I think it's good. We'll stream again on Monday. I mean, don't get me wrong. If the community chooses violence and I have to stream on the weekend, I will. I'll do it. If I have to do it, I will. But we'll see a regular. We got a regular schedule here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're doing this every fucking week. So we will see you on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. Please follow Chris, follow Ted, follow Johnny, follow the Council of LP, follow Good. Shout out, by the way, no one even said it. Shout out to Nathan. Can't be here today. We actually are thinking about him, despite the fact we never talked about him. So now
He's in the recording studio.
there you go, buddy. We mentioned it. We're thinking about you. It's okay. But guys, I hope you have a good weekend. Let me let everyone round out their last thoughts, and we'll call it a day. So since we're on you, Chris, right now, you want to start off with the last thoughts?
Awesome rocking Friday night. I know if you're viewing this live stream, you're DJing, you're in the trenches, you're trying to get paid, you're getting ready for the altcoin season. All I gotta say is all that energy, all that effort will pay off. You will all have girlfriends and or boyfriends if you're gay. And I'm really excited to see you guys win. So please do me a favor. Follow my boy TEDx. Follow my boy Johnny. Follow my boy Gugan. And follow my boy Mo. And if you guys like fast money, you like meme coins, you're degenerate and you're extremely dumb like me, follow me at the verse 369. See you guys later.
Dude.
Goo, give me some last words.
Yeah, ready your post tomorrow, noontime, Eastern Standard Time, between noon and 2:28 p.m., bro. Just have your post ready. Be in the alien telegram. Be attentive to Goose clues. You understand? If you need the links, my latest tweet that is up, you can get all the links in the comments there. So yeah, just be ready because I don't want to hear nobody crying.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right. No cucks in the chat. Let's fucking go. Johnny.
Let's go. Let's go.
Throw a grenade right in his lap. Throw him on stage. How you doing, buddy? How about some
No
last words?
cucks in the chair. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was just gonna say basically what Goose said. Get into the Alien Telegram. We know Little Titan X is not launching this weekend. So what does that mean? Okay, let's divert some attention over that way. Give them some love. Jump in. It's going to be a good time. You heard about the ecosystem. You heard about the pairings, the LP webbing that he's doing. You've seen the charts. You've seen the TA on the charts. There's literally nothing else we can do except hold a gun to your head and tell you to click the buy button. But that's why we're here, to do that verbally. So get in, have fun. You know, we have a good time. You get to be part of this community. Even if you don't get in, at least put it on your watch list and watch us all do work. You know what I mean? But honestly, It's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. Every day I continue to learn and grow with this channel. Like Chris said, if you're watching this on a Friday night, fucking bless your heart. Glad that you're making the time to be with us. Until next time, we will see you on Monday.
Love it. Ted, sir.
I got a few
appreciate you always
things.
being here.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I
let's
got
go,
a few
Ted.
things.
Let's fucking go, Ted. Ted's
Let's
got something
fucking
to
have
say.
it. Sheriff
Yeah,
Ted is
I'm
ready.
on a mission here. First and foremost, Goo, good luck on the launch. You're saying somewhere between noon and 2:28. I say you go at 1:28. You're going to be the number 128, bro.
Nah,
The number one.
Let's go. Thank
Let's
you, bro. I
go,
appreciate
bitches.
you, bro.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
legending, bro. Let's go.
Oh my god, I love it.
Second thing, go through this, rewatch this stream, pay attention to the chat. There's some shit in the chat that you guys, if you weren't paying attention, now's your opportunity. Go back, read through it, pay attention to it, and engage when we have these streams. Ask questions, because there's some people on here in the panel that will give you some answers and some insight and some good knowledge. But at the same time, there's a wealth of information in the chat. If you're not paying attention to it, I'm sorry you're you, period. So I'm just telling it like it is. Chris, your TA is always just fucking nothing but serious tits and ass, bro. Serious good stuff, bro.
I'll drink to that. Fuck.
All right.
And while we were going through rabies, believe it or not, I had a wallet that I haven't checked in a while that had some rabies in it, and I'm quite happy with that. So I have my stash, but then I just found a little crumb, so I'm going to add it to the rest. So appreciate you bringing that up. Johnny, you're always just a fucking riot. Always good knowledge. You're humble. You're honest. Mo, I'm glad you didn't get a ticket on your way back before you got this stream started. And
I have a
one
picture,
last
but I'm
thing.
not going to share it.
Yeah, I liked what you put in the Telegram, and that was great. That was a good one. But I got to give Chris some props. You get the gold star for the night because you were on time.
Appreciate that.
Love it. Love it. I love it.
You guys have done wonderful,
right.
man. You guys take care.
That's amazing. All right. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Just to double down on that. Guys, these streams are important, but beyond these streams being important, I talk about actionable alpha all the time. There's actionable alpha happening in the chat during the stream. There's literal classes being given in these chats. Get in these chats. Learn. Get that alpha. Get that edge ahead and win this fucking bull run. Like I said before, get in the House of Warlords. Get in the Council of LP. Follow all these gentlemen. Set notifications on. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Ciao.
Peace.
Knock, knock.